I just Swing Dave called this number back. I need $25 for this walk around sit down chair.
Production.
I don't know if we're even.
We're live.
No, we're live. I'm hoping the theme music play. No, it's still going, so we can't hear it for some reason. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah, it'll be all right. So, hopefully it's done. I don't know. Yeah, there it goes. Okay. Good evening. Thank you, those who are joining us live on Facebook and on YouTube. Very special welcome to those who are joining us for the very first time. This is episode 58 of Been Around the Block. We've grown to something we feel like is starting to make an impact. In just the last 90 days, when I'm able to reach 2.2 million people. Please don't forget to like, share, and follow our page to continue being a part of this movement. Our goal of Been Around the Block is to continue to mission to destigmatize addiction and prove that not only your life won't be boring, but the best years are yet to come. Even if you don't identify with what our mission is, these stories of triumphing over adversity are still something all of us can identify with. We also need to note that Been Around the Block is no way associated with, affiliated, nor endorse any specific program of recovery. Our view is that your story is your story, and there are many ways that people are able to free their lives from the bondage of addiction. Without any further ado, my name is Brooks. We also got Chris Ross over here with a big smile. We got Bradley Nemo Sparks, everybody's favorite Mark Zuckerberg fan, and we got Lindsey Tilley. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Yeah, I feel like I fumbled on that because I can't hear anything. So if you guys can't hear us out in the audience, let us know. So, anyways.
Oh, they will let us know.
I'm sure they will. Whoa.
My phone.
I can't see that.
Chelsea with the first comment.
Who was? Oh,
Chelsea, duh.
Shout out Chelsea Williams.
Her episode was fire.
Yeah,
She's probably one
She's
of the
so
top
great.
3 episodes we had.
Okay, all right. Let me strap in over here. We got a competition.
67? Holy
We got
moly.
67 people watching right now.
All right, so don't screw it up.
Oh, okay, cool. I love this. I love this for me. This is amazing.
All right, so all right, let's start off. How was everybody's New Year? We haven't met since last year.
Mine was good. I mean, I didn't make it to midnight.
I made it to 12:03.
That wasn't my plan anyway.
Yeah.
I made it past midnight.
Is it?
My 8-year-old did too. I was surprised. We stayed up. We had the little hats. It was a little party.
I hosted a New Year's Eve party, which I was trying to leave, but I couldn't because everyone left before me, so I had to clean up.
Ooh. No, I'm out on that.
Well, you kind of got handed the short end of the stick. So, how long you got sober? Let's just hop in.
9 years.
9 years. What's your sobriety date?
7/7/16, July 7th.
No kidding.
Yeah. If I make it to July of this year, one day at a time, I will be 10 years sober.
So I really like I love dates and timelines. So I gotta ask, where was you at July 7th of 2016, Brooks?
Oh gosh. Wait, what July 7th, 2016?
When she got sober.
I was just starting to dip back off into the booze and starting to smoke weed because I could drink on the weekends. It was right before my grandfather died, and then he died in August, and I just jumped off.
What about you, Chris? Where was you?
I was at Jackie Brandon, and I just got there. That was right when I got to prison the first time.
Was you getting high in prison?
Oh, definitely.
Nemo, what were you doing?
I was at Avalon Halfway House Correctional Center, and
That's in Tulsa, right?
in Tulsa, and yes, I was on everything you could think of. They were gonna ship me back up in security because I was so messed up. They said you either got to get a job or go to school, and I was like, I'm not getting a job. Are you fucking crazy? so I went to school for welding, which I had no interest in, and continued my journey of getting messed up.
I was day one sober, straight in detox.
Where'd you go to treatment at?
Well, so I started going to treatment in 2012.
Okay, so this
it
wasn't
took
just
me
a one-time.
No. I wish it was, but it wasn't, and it happened the way it was supposed to. So my first treatment was Grapevine Valley Hope. Big ups to them. I actually really, that was a great experience, and it kind of started me on the right trajectory of recovery. And then I went to an IOP here in the city whenever I really got sober.
We talked a little bit off camera before these guys showed up late.
Really late,
Oklahoma City?
Yes.
Okay, I just want to know that.
Hold up, y'all. We were both on time. Okay, just because we ain't early don't mean we're late.
No, I grew up blocks from here. We're in my stomping grounds right now. This is
Okay.
my spot right here.
Okay.
I just want to shout out. So, who is this person? We had somebody saying hello from Ohio, and it looks like we got a lot of viewers.
Amanda
So,
Coleman.
if you guys want to tell us where you're from, also we'll give you a shout out. But
What up, Ohio?
Yep, we've had people from what was it, British Columbia,
New Zealand,
New Zealand, stuff like
I
that.
love
So,
this.
Africa.
yeah. So again, no pressure, but
Yeah.
you just want to hop in.
I do. I will. My name is Lindsay and I'm an alcoholic. That's just how I know how to start things. So I had lunch with my best friend today and I was telling her I hate the beginning of my story because I get such imposter syndrome. I didn't have, people start their stories and I've listened to a lot of stories over the years of being in 12-step programs and treatment and running a sober living home or being involved in a sober living home and things like that. And I didn't have any of that. I had a great childhood. I had two really involved parents that were married and still are married. Great human beings. My mom is a saint. God bless that woman. My dad was involved. He was my softball coach. It wasn't perfect. We weren't rich. We never went without things like that. I had a good childhood. Really involved in sports and school and all the things. My dad was kind of had his own things going on, I think. And that's his story to share. There was some tension in my house, I guess is what I'm saying, but there was no big traumatic childhood events. So a huge part of my story is anxiety. Do y'all struggle with it? Does anybody have anxiety?
No, I was born perfectly.
Nemo
normal.
doesn't. He doesn't care about anything. He's like, I don't even know that word.
I've been anxious all day.
So a big part of my story is anxiety. And this is kind of always a really pivotal moment in my childhood so in first grade, I got up out of the classroom and literally just left, like pouring down rain. And I just walked. Like, I was like, I'm not feeling this vibe. This is not for me. So I'm going to head home. And first of all, can you imagine if that happened now? Like an Amber Alert and on the news and the teachers are in trouble and like all the things. But it was just like, where'd Lindsay go? Like, she's gone. And my neighbor actually saw me walking down the street several blocks away, picked me up, took me home. And I was in huge trouble. And it was like, what is happening? You just left school. I was 7. And looking back, knowing what I know now, looking back, I think that was my first bout with like a panic attack or an anxiety attack, because and also knowing what I know now, I think that set the stage, set the tone for my life of like, I'm uncomfortable. I'm going to run. I'm out. And that started at a really young age, because in the first grade, I was just like, nope, not feeling this spelling test situation. So that was kind of how my childhood was. I was a really anxious kid. In my early teenage years, like kind of tween years, it manifested itself into anger. I was a really angry kid. And I had really no reason to be angry. I think I didn't know how to process the anxiety that I had. And so it came out in just these extreme bouts of anger. I had my first drink at 13 with some boys down the street. It was always with some boys, first of all.
What was your first drink? I got
Smirnoff Ice.
Okay.
It was
Little malt beverage. Zima?
You
Did
look
you have
like
a Jolly Rancher in it?
No,
You look like you drink Zimas, bro.
I guarantee those Zimas are still in my dad's fridge from 1996. I guarantee you. And I remember drinking some of his tequila too. I guarantee that's still in his cabinet, just where it was.
Hey, I'm not
30-something years ago.
lying. Mine was an OD 40 ounce, and it's not because I grew up. I mean, I did grow up in a bad neighborhood, but it wasn't like everyone was just drinking OD. It was because of the rappers and stuff in the 90s that I idolized.
We hacky sack and drink OEs, man. Listen to Insane Clown Posse.
Oh my God, not ICP.
I think my first drink was like a Bud Dry. I'm
You make
being
that no
completely
more, man.
serious.
Hey, when
That's terrible.
Brooks said Zima, that shit had me die. Okay.
But you had to put a Jolly Rancher in it.
Sorry,
Or like
bro.
what was it, a Lifesaver? I can't remember.
Yeah, it was Jolly Rancher.
Was it Jolly
Yeah.
Rancher? Okay.
Yeah, and then they had the Bartles and James. You remember those?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think that was my second drink. Yeah.
That's hilarious. Yeah, I went to, and I was with a group of girls. And we had gone to this boy's house, and started drinking, and my friends, and I remember, I will say this is a kind of a core memory for me, is I remember being like, like, I don't have anxiety. I don't okay, I'm just coasting. Like I'm just good. I'm chatting with people. I'm vibing. And then all my friends were super scared of getting in trouble. It was like, we got to go, the mouthwash and the body spray, and we got to get home. And I was like, I'm staying. Like I have found my people. This is it. And that went on all through high school. I would party like crazy. One thing, so I mentioned earlier, my dad was my softball coach growing up, and he was an incredible softball coach, great guy. But you did not want to ride home with him after a game if you had not done well. He was that dad, and I love him, and he's listening, and I love him. But I think that instilled in me a little bit of this perfectionism, not a little bit, a lot of this perfectionism thing. And I think there are huge upsides to that, because I think it's helped me in my career and school and things like that. I also think it's made failures really, really hard for me. Because I have this perfectionism thing. So my point to that is that even while I was drinking and partying in high school, I got up and went to school, and I did my best, and my grades were good, and I was always really, really good in school and really active and all of that. So I went, that kind of went on. I graduated high school. I say I went to community college. I don't know if I went. I know I had some student loans out and I was enrolled. I don't know that I actually went to the community college, but I attempted it. Okay. And it was an A for effort there. So at this point, I was partying like crazy. I have two kind of really pivotal moments in my story. And it's always debatable on if I'm going to share them, and I'll go ahead. I'll share them tonight. Y'all seem cool. The first one is when I was 19, I was actually just literally right down the street from here. You know where Lake Overholser is? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I was leaving a party with one of my friends, and the Lake Overholser Bridge. I was driving behind a guy who had left the party with us, and he was on not a motorcycle, but like the crotch rocket kind. What are those?
Those motorcycles.
But it's like a
street bike.
No, it's like a Kawasaki.
Like
not a Harley, but like a
street bike.
Yeah.
It's a crotch rocket, right?
Yeah. Okay, that's literally what it's called. That's the brand name.
I don't know, Ninja. I don't ride motorcycles.
Okay. So we were all leaving this party, and he was in front of us, and I was in the car with my friend. And what's wild is, those core memories where you remember like where you were and all the things. I remember R. Kelly's Ignition was playing on the radio, and I was feeling myself. Okay. And we're driving.
How old were you at this time?
I was 19.
Okay.
So
you were 19 when the song came out?
Oh, I don't think it had just come out. I think I was just.
Oh, okay.
It was a throwback. On the way here, I was listening to Bourbons and Lacs by Master P, which was from the 90s. So I like the old stuff. Anyways, we're driving. He's on his little motorcycle thing in front of us, and it's dark. It's super late. We've all been drinking, and his tire blows out. And he is flown from his bike over the Overholser Bridge.
Oh my God.
Damn.
And I hear my friend scream my name, and I'm so busy looking at what's happening that I don't realize that his motorcycle is coming at our car, and I'm going 50 miles an hour. So we collide straight into his sliding back his motorcycle. It's sliding back into our car. Airbags deploy, the whole nine. And I remember it felt like instantly there was Metaflight and ambulances, and the roads were blocked off, and nobody could get to 39th, and which was the street we were on, and it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And that was super pivotal in my life, because it changed. I think that was the first like big trauma, I think, that I had witnessed, that I had been a part of.
Did you not get a DUI?
I did not.
Wow.
And here's what's wild. So now listen. Now you just listen.
They always gave me a DUI.
Yeah.
So no, I didn't. And so what's wild is they came and they questioned us, and they had realized that I hadn't hit him, that his tire had blown out and he had been ejected from his motorcycle or whatever. And I think they were honestly so focused on the much more important thing, which was his life. And it was like, just get out of here, like just go. And so I remember my parents came and picked me up, and I'll never forget it because my bedroom at their house, I still live there, was being remodeled or painted at the time. So my mattress was on a floor in the den. And I remember I just laid there, eyes wide open all night, just like, what the fuck just happened? Like, I cannot believe that just happened. So the boy ended up, he was a quadriplegic for about 15 years, never the same, obviously. And he ended up passing from COVID and complications of COVID in 2020. Damn. It was really, really traumatic. And it's interesting because it's become kind of a running joke in my circle. I don't drive on highways. And you could not pay me. You could say, Lindsay, here's $1 million if you will drive 1 mile on the highway, and I will not get on the highway. So I take the scenic route a lot. And it's become a running joke with my friends and some time has passed and I've healed from that. I've done some EMDR therapy and I've, obviously through working 12-step programs and therapy and things, I worked through that. But it was traumatic and it brought up a lot of anxiety. So that happened. We kind of pushed forward, and I think my partying became really extreme at that point. Because I didn't know how to deal with that. You know what I mean? So that happened. I went on, I ended up moving to Virginia Beach about a year or 2 years later, a couple years later, with a guy that I was dating who was in the military. So he was stationed in Virginia Beach. That's when my drinking got real out of control because he would deploy and I would be on the beach by myself with nobody, you know what I mean? Away from my friends, away from my family, everything I knew. So I partied a lot out there, somehow still had a great career. I've been in the mortgage industry for 20 years now, which is crazy to say. And it all started early on. So I can't, it goes back to that perfectionism thing. I would party all night, but it was like, I'll be damned. Like, you have to get up and go to work and be the best. And you got to be the best, and I lived by that. And so I would do the same things all over again. I would party all night. I'd get up and go to work, get off work and party all night. I mean, it was just a constant cycle of it. We moved from Virginia Beach to San Antonio, Texas. Same situation there. And that's San Antonio, Texas is when things got probably the worst for me drinking wise. He was stationed there for 3 years. And after 9 months of me living there with him, he sent me back to Oklahoma. He was like, I think it's time for you to maybe go get some help. And I don't know. I still to this day don't know the conversations he had, like with my parents whenever, we were all very close. And I know that he had told them some things about, like Lindsay's drinking is really getting out of control. I'm concerned. But he sent me back to Oklahoma City and I picked up right back where I left off. Same people, same places, same things. And I was just doing the same. And I swear, I'm like, I've been gone for years and y'all are still at the Henry Hudson's. Like that's what we're doing here still. But I was right there with them. I went straight back to being at the bar all the time. And I will tell you, you could put me in a room with 100 people and I would find the 2 or 3 that take it to the extreme. And like, those were my people. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like every time. So my friends kind of started branching off. They were like starting to get married and have kids and starting to, really excel in their careers or school or whatever they were doing. And I was just finding the people that were just as addicted as me. And it made it feel normal because if you and I are going out and we're drinking all night together, then it's different than me just being by myself and drinking all day. Right.
Guilt and stuff. Yeah.
Right. So I did that for a while. Finally, a lot of people started distancing themselves from me. During this time, I had met a girl at where I was working at the time, and we became instantly best friends. She partied. I loved her. Oddly enough, she's in recovery now too, and she's doing great. But we went to, this is the second part that I don't ever really tell, so it's interesting. But you actually, Brooks, I'll tell you later. So I went to a meet and greet for a rap concert. with this girlfriend that I had met.
What rap concert?
I cannot tell you that.
Why? I gotta know
I want to know who it is.
You'll hear him on the radio, and you'll hear him at a Kansas City Chiefs game.
Oh,
Oh.
me and Nemo went
Tech 9?
last year.
You know I've done.
So we went to a meet and greet, and one of the bodyguards came over, and I'm like, just thinking I'm so cool. One of the bodyguards came over and handed me a phone number. And I was like, oh, cool. We got like a fake phone number. We didn't get an actual phone number. And I'll be damned if after the show we called that number and it was this person's phone number, which led into a lot of tour bus hangouts and backstage hangouts and
Nice.
being on stage hangouts. And
Okay, I love, like I said, I love timelines. Around what year was this?
Oh, let's see, 2009, 8-ish, 9-ish, 10-ish.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I mean, several years. So
concerts.
yeah, so we, so that was my first experience. So on a tour bus with this person who I still have not said the name. I have not confirmed nor denied. That was my first
But we
GHB
know.
experience.
We know.
That was. I hate you. That was my first GHB experience, unbeknownst to me. Now, I will tell you this.
I had to Google that shit because I was watching the Diddy thing on Netflix.
Oh,
Forgot what the hell
man.
that shit
You
was.
know, I
I've
think-
done it. It's
I think at one point I Googled it. Isn't like floor lacquer made out of that? Like the stuff
I
that you
didn't look
strip,
at the
like
contents. I just looked at
Listen.
what the effects were.
it's terrible. It's terrible.
I'm gonna bit my tongue off.
You what?
I bit my tongue really, really bad on GHB.
Well, listen, I didn't know that's what I was doing. Okay, in my defense.
Did you not listen to his music before any of this?
I have not said who this was.
love
I don't
you very
know.
GHB. I love you very much. Shrooms and weed. I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Yeah, so it was wild. It was a constant cycle for about 3 or 4 years of probably 3 or 4 times a year of me and my best friend going out on these tours and tour buses and partying and all the things. And some things went down that I won't speak about, but it was some more traumatic things that kind of, again, increased the anxiety level in me. For some reason, I think this is common. I don't know how to process trauma. And for some reason, trauma in me comes out in extreme anxiety. So I had started having panic attacks, started having things like that. And I realized that drinking took those away for the very short time being, because then they were worse the next day. So
Right.
I went through this cycle of I have to drink to feel better. Oh my gosh, my anxiety is 10 times worse now because I've drank the night before. So now I got to drink. So the morning drinking started. I'm seeing some of these comments.
Well, I just saw the one. I didn't mean to click
First
the
of
one
all-
on there that talked about.
First of all,
Diddy.
ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all.
We need to do better vetting at that. Sorry.
No, it was not Diddy.
It was not Diddy.
God dang. What has happened? If y'all had
She will not confirm nor deny.
not said one word. I even said I was not, and when it was Brooks's fault. I wasn't going to tell that part. Anyways, that's when the morning drinking started. So here's how my days would go, and this is when my life changed. I had bought a home somehow.
How old are you at this time?
27-ish, 26,
Okay.
27. I had bought a home that is now my rental property, which is cool. But I had bought a home. I was still excelling in my career somehow. I really don't know how, guys, because I was so fucked up all the time. But I would drink in the morning and I would go to work. And that is when I knew I had a problem, and I'll never forget it because I remember going to the refrigerator. I was a crazy Monster energy drinker too, like constantly. So I had a fridge full of Monsters and a fridge full of alcohol and like maybe some macaroni and cheese. And that was it. I was like a bachelor pad. I'm like a 26-year-old girl. So I remember reaching to get a drink and I had the shakes for the first time and I noticed it and I was like, oh no. And so at this point, about a year earlier, my parents and my sister, who was a big part of my recovery, my sister is an amazing person, had kind of expressed their issues and said they had some friends that went to some 12-step meetings and you should go to this place and blah, blah, blah. And I had gone to a couple of meetings at that point, to different 12-step meetings. And so I had gone, and I was one of those that I was like, I'm not this bad, which I think I think a lot of us had that mentality. And then when I saw that I had the shakes and that my body was so physically dependent on it, it scared me to death. But I knew I was so far deep in that I was just going to keep going. I mean, I didn't have the solution at that point. You know what I mean? There was no solution for me. I was just going to continue doing what I did. So I drank all day, every day. I held down my job. I was doing great. All of my friends started distancing themselves from me because I was just going way too hard all the time. And honestly, at that point, I no longer enjoyed drinking with people. I was so bored by like, oh, let's go have a couple beers and then leave. Like, I don't want to do that. What is the point in that? What are we doing? I am trying to stay up all night and cruise into the next day and go to work, you know? So I was drinking alone at my house all day, every day. I could also work from home with my job. So that was not beneficial to my alcoholism. Alcohol had taken complete control of my life, complete control. It was all day, every day. So the year that I sobered up, my grandmother had passed away, my dad's mom, and her funeral was on July 1st of 2016. And I missed it because I was so drunk. My sister, then the 4th of July, I remember sitting on my back patio, watching the fireworks by myself, bawling. And I'm like, this is so this is pathetic. Like, this is pathetic. I am so drunk and so out of my mind. And I also was in complete alcohol-induced psychosis over this last 6 to 8 months of drinking. I said some very wild things that were not true. I said, but in my mind, in my reality, in my world, they were so true, y'all. Oh my gosh, they were so true. And looking back, and my now husband and he was around during all of this. We've been together for off and on for 13 years. We just got married in October, so it took him a minute to realize if I was going to be okay or not. But I would tell him things that were legitimately scary to him, that he would be like, what is happening? So July surrendered it all. It was awful. I had been in and out of detoxes in this. So the last 18 months to 2 years of my drinking were really the worst, obviously. I would drive myself I lived around the corner from Deaconess Hospital, and I would drive myself there like they knew me. I would just drive myself there and be like, I need a detox. Can you hook me up? All right. And then I'd get to feeling better. And then and I'd be like, all right, I'm not going back to that place. Like, I'm not going to do that again. It's so embarrassing. And then, I'd feel better a couple days later, and then I'd start drinking. And it's true what they say about 12-step meetings. I don't know if you guys have heard this, but once you go to one, it ruins your drinking. Because
I've heard that once or twice.
Yeah. And I remember, because, that last year of drinking, I had been to a couple of meetings and I had heard some stories, and they didn't resonate with me at that time. And then they started to resonate with me. And I was like, damn it, that lady from that place, like she was talking about this, and now I'm that. And, and so it was like in the back of my mind, I knew I had a problem. I absolutely knew. There was no doubt. The last 2 years of my drinking, I fully was like, I'm an alcoholic. I am an alcoholic. It runs in my family. I'm going to be, my mom, my grandpa was an alcoholic. My mom was not. My mom's dad is what I was trying to say. My mother is a saint. But I knew I had a problem, and I had no freaking solution. I had no solution. And I finally threw myself into 12-step programs. I surrounded myself.
So that last time you didn't detox, you didn't go to detox?
I did. I drove myself back to Old Deaconess Hospital where they knew me.
Yeah.
Jeannie at the front. She was my girl. And she really was. She was my friend.
Did you ever send her Christmas cards?
She probably misses me.
Yeah,
you know what I
sorry.
mean? Like, I should go visit her.
Yeah,
I
you don't
should.
have to be drunk to go visit her.
I
Yeah, you say send her a Christmas card every now and then, something. Man.
Do they even do detox at that hospital?
I don't know.
Because I know I don't even think it's Deaconess anymore.
I already know where you guys are talking about. So
Okay, he's not from here.
I'm not from here. Yeah, it's my first day. So,
but I did detox. I went to detox, did IOP, which was really, really, really helpful. And honestly, I just threw myself into everything sobriety related for the first time ever. And I had been in and out. I had done all the things. I've struggled with a lot of the 12-step stuff. I think like we all do at first. First, I was like, this is a cult, but honestly, at that point, I was so desperate that I was like, I'll join the cult if it means I'm going to be sober.
Yep.
Like, let me in the cult. How do I get in the cult?
It's got to be better than what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, it's got to be better than sitting on my back patio
Right,
just
yep.
crying all the time, and making out these wild stories, y'all. Oh, I wish my husband were here to tell y'all some of these. Well, no, I don't, because they're embarrassing. But I mean, I just was so out of it. My body physically also. I look back at pictures, y'all. I was.
you and I were talking just a second ago before we went online. He's a normal person, right?
Yes,
Okay.
he is. He doesn't drink. He hasn't drank in I don't even know how long. Out of respect for me. So
Yeah.
at our first date, when we first kind of got together, we went to a bar. We met at a bar and we drank whiskey and ate pizza. And I was like, this is beautiful. This is so beautiful. And he was around for treatments, and he is such a good human being that when we had been together off and on for a couple of years, I had gone to treatment, and he knew I had an issue. And he came to the family therapy situation or whatever. And they had said, you really don't need to date for your first year. And he immediately was like, I'm out. Go fix you. You know what I mean? Like, and he stayed around. He's an amazing human being. We have an 8-year-old son, and we just got married in October. So.
Oh, wow. So you got pregnant right after you got sober.
I did. I was 9 months sober when I found out I was pregnant.
How old were you when you got sober?
30.
See, I was 32, and I hadn't had no kids either up to that point. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I was terrified. 9 months of sobriety. Now listen, I don't want to say it's not a lot. It's not a lot of time. 9 months of sobriety is amazing.
Sure.
9 months of sobriety to then find out that you're pregnant is, I was like, okay, my life is going to go one of two ways. I'm like, this is going to be really bad, or this is just and it's wild because I always, people are like, oh, your son saved your life. And I love my son. I love my son. But I had made the decision well before then to get sober. And of course, hit pregnancy and having a newborn and all of that helped keep me sober.
Right.
But I had made the decision long before that. And he was a welcomed surprise.
You were like, the week you came back from your honeymoon, you were actually supposed to come on the podcast.
Yes.
But it's been pushed.
And
I
I hear, people all the time say, you can't do it for your family. You got to do it for yourself. But what I see is most people, when they first get sober, they start out not doing it for themselves. Their motivation is whether it's getting the freaking courts off their back, getting their wife or husband back, getting their, kids back. Their motivation at first is usually not themselves. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we have to, because if I'm being totally honest, my first motivation was not myself, but eventually I come to the realization that was the only way I was going to stay sober.
It has to be.
It would have to be doing it for myself.
Yeah, I agree. And I think that's where and honestly, maybe I lucked out in the perfectionism in me that has played such a big role in my life in both good and bad ways. This perfectionist complex that I was like, I'm going to go get sober and I'm going to be the best at being sober. Okay. I'm going to be the number one sober girl there is because it's like,
Did you have your life planned out too? What it was going to look like sober?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Oh yeah. No, did any of that come?
No.
Nothing, literally nothing that was like, I would love to go find that journal because nothing that was on there like actually came true in my life. And now I'm sitting here with you fine fellows on a podcast about getting sober, and which was also not on my plans in life. But it's I think it goes to show that I think people are some people, a lot of people, maybe, I don't know, are under the impression that a lot of addicts and alcoholics have these like ridiculous backgrounds or like these, what I'm like, I don't know if ridiculous is the right word. And I've heard some stories where I hear these childhoods that are just traumatic, and I hear these awful stories, and those are real and those are valid and those are absolutely the case. I think for me, my anxiety at a very young age manifested itself. Well, for one, I think I was born an alcoholic, so I won't get on that debate. But we can, if you want to, go find me. I love that. That's my favorite debate. That's my favorite. Which team are you on?
I'm with you.
Okay. All right.
I'm with you.
But I think I was born an alcoholic. I truly do. But I think that my anxiety manifested itself. And I don't think people talk about anxiety as much. We do now. In the 90s, I think my parents were just like, what in the hell is wrong with her?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like we were not talking about mental health. And now we do more. And I think everybody kind of jokes that like they have anxiety or whatever. But when you are legitimately dealing with true panic disorder, panic attacks, and anxiety attacks, and you don't know how to even get through a day, and then you find alcohol or a substance or a person. I mean, you can be addicted to a lot of things. Right. And for me, boy, that alcohol entered my system and the anxiety was gone. And I said, this is it. This is it for me. And I'm just really grateful that, that's not my life anymore. I'm so grateful that's not my life anymore.
So what's life look like now? You
Life,
kept your career. You didn't.
I
totally
did. Isn't that wild? Yeah, I did. Life is so good, man. I have the best family. My parents have been through all of it with me. They're amazing human beings. I have the best little boy. His name is Elliot. He is 8. He's a wild as hell. I have the best husband now. It's weird saying that because we've been together so long. And he is finally my husband. I have a new last name. And, I'm really involved. I know you guys mentioned, Chelsea, and I hope she's still watching. I'm the president at Sober Vibes OKC, which is a women's sober living home right here in Oklahoma City. And I get such joy from that place. I love those women. I love those women so much. I love women fresh out of treatment who are right where I was 9 years ago. I remember it so vividly.
So I do the same thing you do as far as with sober living and new guys getting sober. What percentage of people do you see make it?
Oh gosh, from our sober living homes?
Yeah, or just in general of people you try to help.
Oh gosh, well, so the sober living home we've had for in May, I think will be 2 years that it's been open. And honestly, a really high percentage of our girls have.
That's crazy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mine's low. Mine's like, I probably have like in the past year, I've had like 3 guys that left and they're doing all right.
It becomes disheartening too when you see that many people. Because I mean, statistically, if we were to look at the numbers, overall, men and women, people that actually really get sober and stay sober, it's really low.
I think I read something. Where did I read this? It's something like 3 to 5% of people who know that they have a substance abuse issue will have long-term sobriety. Mm-hmm. Doesn't that seem extremely low?
It's extreme, but I think when you're in the trenches, you see it.
Yeah.
Like I see it. I see people die every year. I see people go back to prison. I see people relapse time and time and time again.
Oh,
And then that whole saying of there's only two people that can't make that, you know, the cannots and the will nots. And then you start to think, well, maybe they're just a cannot, you know, and it's
Yeah.
like, no. And I'm like, and I really start to care about these dudes.
I
I'm like,
know.
I want them to make it. God, I want
Yeah.
them to make it so
I
bad.
know.
you can't
And
do
I don't
it
wanna
for 'em, though, you know.
I know it sucks. And I mean, in being in the different programs that I'm in, I've kind of got my hand in a little bit of, you know, several different things recovery wise. And I do see a lot of people relapse there. Not directly within our sober living home though, knock on wood. But you know, I've been to 6 funerals this year.
Jeez.
Yeah.
6 funerals this year. Yeah. 5 or 6
Well,
funerals
last
this
year.
year.
Last year, probably.
Oh yeah, last year,
we're
2025.
only a
It
couple
is,
days
yeah,
in.
no,
That would
in
be
7
really
days,
messed
in
up.
7
Yeah.
days, I've been to
I
6
think
funerals.
we lost some mutual friends. Scott.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
and my deal is like I was talking to one of my mentors yesterday morning, and because you know how you wake up, sometimes you have them really days where you're just super grateful. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep.
everything is, you're just so grateful for everything. You know what I'm saying? And I had that day yesterday, and I remember telling my mentor, I said, I think this is why I get so upset when guys don't make it, is because I know what they're missing out on. You know, if
Yeah.
they would just do the next right thing every day and put the work in, you know, eventually, I promise you, they're going to see miracles in their life.
Mhm.
It's been tested, and I've seen it over and over and over in life. So for me, it's like I get upset because I know what they're missing out on. And then he said, but you got to remember you're planting seeds.
Well, dude, also there's so much more to that too, because just because you get sober, life isn't going to be easy every day. There's going to be rough days in
Absolutely
sobriety, man. A lot of people
Sure.
seem to get that twisted, is the fact that you're going to still have the anxiety. You just have to deal with it head
Mhm.
on, versus where you could just throw a drink at it before.
Mhm.
So,
Mine is that I like start working with these guys and I start seeing potential in them, and then I start seeing them go in the opposite direction. And you know, I take it personal. I don't know why. I cannot just
Oh,
let
you
it
can't do
slide.
that.
But then I go talk to, you know, my person I'm supposed to talk to,
Mhm.
and he just tells me, he says you can't force something upon somebody that they aren't ready for. And whenever he tells me that, I go back, I think, I pray about it, and then I sometimes I gotta just leave it alone, let it be. You know, it hurts, but you know, it's a part of life.
Yeah.
So it's our job to plant the seed,
Mhm.
water it, and God's job to make it grow, right?
No, I agree. And when you talk about planting that seed, it's like I, you know, I had gone to meetings 2 years before, or in different capacities. And I randomly, you know, in the middle of my addiction, when I'm like, I have a problem, I thought of that one lady I heard from 2 years ago that I was like, oh, damn, she's resonating with me now.
Yeah.
I literally don't even know the lady's name, but like planting those little seeds works. It works. But I mean, I hate it. Fentanyl is a big deal right now. I could go on a whole thing about that. All 6 funerals that I've been to were fentanyl related. I hate it. And I hate to even say this part because I'm not justifying any drug use. I'm not justifying any of that. But it is not the same drugs that are out there right now that were out there when I was running around in the world.
It's worse.
And
It's terrible. It's terrifying.
It's more deadly.
It's so terrifying. I hate it.
what's
I hate
crazy is like Scott was one of the people who planted the seeds in my head.
it. Mm.
So to see somebody who planted the seed in my head, and then I seen him a few years, like 12 years later, and I'm talking to him, you know what I mean? And I don't know that person's struggling, you know?
Mhm.
And I feel like whenever it happens, it's like, boom, it's like, I'll go back out there. It can happen to me like that. I just know it
Immediately.
can. I know the type of person I am. I'm the bottom of the barrel. I'm one of those people that, you know, this is the first time I've really tried to get sober. And I've realized that life, you know, I've had a bunch of bad stuff happen, especially last year, but life doesn't just get better. You know, you just got to work on yourself, and you got to learn how to take the good with the bad. And those people who planted seeds in my head, I take what I've learned and I try to do it for others, because what if one day I just go out there and I die? You know what I mean? I want to make sure that, I know that those few seeds that I planted can help somebody eventually. Maybe they'll plant another seed.
Mm-hmm.
Nemo, a lot of people look up to him and see that he does all these great things, and they know that he's in recovery, and they love that. They look up to you, and like it's amazing. You know what I mean? Seeing that from other people.
Beautiful. What's the question?
Drop in the question. He got it. How are we gonna do the old?
Hold up. Y'all have been staring at them comments, fucking hard.
Okay.
I gotta know what's going
I
on.
only saw the one girl, and I need to find.
me
Text
go-
me her
go over
name.
here?
Text me her name so I can reach out to the one girl that had some things.
This is one said we're only after clicks. We're not trying to help anybody. Which
Right,
obviously
right.
I vetted that one. Thank goodness.
Yeah, I just laid my whole life out there for
We
a
had
click.
some lady that's getting ready to go to dialysis in the morning and said, "Keep up the good work."
Is that Alicia?
Tiffany
Aw,
Jones.
That's sweet.
Oh, Tiffany.
Heart transplant survivor. What's this one?
This one right here.
No. Keep going. I don't believe any of you are on a mission. Yep, that's the one. I don't believe any of you are on a mission to help someone just looking for internet clicks. 2 of you have personally asked for your help, and both you in person didn't even have enough time to turn around.
In person, Jeremy Schofield.
Well, it wasn't me, Jeremy.
Yeah, I don't.
Find me on Lindsey Tilley on Facebook. Reach out, Jeremy.
If you need into treatment too, we got people.
And to put things into perspective, guys, I get hundreds of messages a day, but I also work 3 jobs and have a family. So I don't have no secretaries to go through my messages. So do not feel offended if I do not see your message. It's not that I'm ignoring you.
Yeah, that's why we say like directly on the banner, DM Chris. You can DM me. I've had very few people reach out to me.
Well, if you message me, and I will personally send you my personal phone number. I'm always willing to help anyone. I do not turn away nobody. And the only thing that if you see me in public and I walk away from you, it's probably because I got a million things going on. I've literally been going through some things. Nothing against anybody.
Yeah. So the question. We put it.
Yeah,
up
what
there.
was the question?
It
What was the
something about
question?
cheese. If you could be any kind of cheese, what would you be?
Me?
Yeah.
Pepper Jack. Why did I say
Hey,
that?
hey, hey.
Why did I
Hey,
say that as if
yeah.
anybody has ever asked me that in my entire life? Like, I just answered that like, how's your day? Good.
Pepper Jack.
Pepper Jack. What kind of cheese would you
That
use? Pepper
is
Jack.
crazy.
Because I'm spicy.
I
But
feel
like,
I had an answer
savory.
like that. I don't
But you know,
remember.
but also just whatever. I don't have a clue. Pepper Jack is just my favorite kind of cheese, if I'm being honest.
I love pepper jack. I
See?
love Gouda, Minster, whatever, however you pronounce it, Munster cheese, all those. What's your question going to be for our next guest? And then Chelsea Williams asked you, what's your favorite part about?
Oh, I was looking. Jeremy Schofield, you have never messaged me, so I know I wasn't one of those people. Just wanted to clear that up.
I can double check, but yeah, I don't.
He said it was in person.
I've never seen that guy, so hey, brother, hit me up, message me if you need help. If you're willing to do what it takes, I'll help you because it looks like you're in my city.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I don't have anybody that's tried to DM me or anything. So,
So I think your comment was just for clicks.
oh, flip the script, just like that.
I would
Anyways.
just like to say I just shared my whole life and I'm not here. That is, I get nothing for a clip.
Okay.
This is not my platform. Like Jeremy, I don't get anything from
I
that.
don't even know you.
I just
bro.
told all these strangers my whole entire freaking life, and he's like, "You're here for a click."
Yeah.
Jeremy,
Guys,
Anyways.
listen.
And Jeremy, we do not get paid for this.
Hold up. All
I
right,
do.
hey, let's get off Jeremy
Sick-
because
sick burn, Nemo.
when people hurt people. Obviously this man's hurting. He's probably sitting there behind the screen, drunk. We don't know what he's going through. So I'm not trying to come off the wrong way.
no, I agree. I agree.
I retract what I said. Jeremy, if you really want help and you are willing to do what it takes, message any of us.
Yeah.
And I promise you'll get the help that you need.
We can get you in treatment, sober living. I mean, there's options. We're all pretty well connected. So, Chelsea did ask. Hold on, I cannot. I got really do have to get my glasses. What the fuck? Yeah.
And hold on, hey, do my calves look pretty?
Somebody said they look purple. That was one of the comments, by the way. They said you
He
can't
was
tell.
so excited about how great his calves
I
look
totally,
pressed up
and
against
I
the
put that up there because you're looking like a baby mouse lab rat.
Why do I look so large compared to you, though?
He's really short, so hold on. Yeah. So Chelsea basically asked, "What's your favorite part about your life right now?"
Oh my gosh.
I think something in that. Somebody said eggplant cakes. What?
What just happened?
I'm trying to figure out.
I'm going to
They do
go
look
back to my
purple.
favorite part of my life right now.
Man, it's the comment
Got them
thing right there
eggplant
covering it,
calves.
dog.
So, what's your question for the next guest? Let's get serious.
For the next guest.
You can ask silly or not.
No, I'm not going to go silly. I'm going to go recovery. If you could go back and redo your whole life, would you still be an addict or alcoholic? If you could remove that from your life, if you could go back into your life over and never have any addiction issues, would you change it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'm not gonna answer that tonight. I gotta think on that one, y'all.
Yeah, that's.
You have to
one I'll
think
answer.
on that?
That's
Yeah.
pretty deep. Yeah, hell yeah, I gotta
Oh.
think on that.
So I should have asked about
my
cheese.
knee-jerk reaction to that is no, because I wouldn't be where I'm at now.
That part.
Straight up.
Me too.
So
Same.
That's just me.
Because I think here's the thing. This is my last little.
But I think I would be a millionaire, man.
Oh my gosh.
You wouldn't have the sense of humor you have now, and I'm like, I keep looking
Trauma,
at this stuff.
it makes
like,
us
I
funny,
wouldn't
I
be
feel like.
in Oklahoma
True.
City with you guys. I
See?
wouldn't be all the things.
Yeah.
So
I think getting sober is so much more than removing alcohol and substances from your life. I think it is about getting to the root of the issue, and it changes your entire life, every aspect of your life. So I'd go back and I'd do it all over again because it made me dig deep at an early age and get to the root of a lot of issues. And I love that.
I'm into the other school of thought. Like I was born like that, man. Like I didn't feel right until I did introduce the alcohol into my life. That's just me.
Yeah.
So,
And
you know.
hey, not to get off topic, but it is super hot. in
It is
this.
hotter. It is hotter than two rats
hot.
fucking a wool sock
Why?
here, man.
Bro, what happened?
It's winter.
There's
but it's
no
80
airflow.
degrees.
There's no. With it,
Yeah, well, we got to figure out that fan. Somebody broke it. I don't know.
It's spinning.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, I got the air on in the other room. It really is spinning. It's just
Other
not
than
doing
that, the
shit.
room's great. Camera's
Yeah.
great. Everything's great right
This
now.
is cute. This is
Yeah,
cute.
This is,
It's
this
cute.
is I'm liking this.
Yeah. So
I could do a few things.
We're gonna
but
go. We're gonna go do the shout outs real quick. I can do it over
Shoot,
here.
go
if you
ahead.
want.
Don't be scared.
I ain't scared.
Yeah,
No, you made fun of me last time.
Man, I didn't make fun
Chelsea
of it.
Williams, of course. Amanda Coleman. Mindy Laboon. We know her. Ty Smith. Justin Wilcox. We said him already. Joe Free Espinosa. Kathleen Tibbetts.
You're really
from
good
Redding,
at this.
California. Jeffrey Espinosa's from Arizona. We also got who else? Bernadette Finley from New Mexico. Hello. Justin Wilcox from California. See Joshua Strutton. We got Sarah Summer. Hello from PA. Thank you for tuning in. Josh Strutton. We already said it. Clay Tanger. Know him. Amanda Brown. We obviously know her. She's
Shout
from
out to
Redding,
Amanda.
I love her.
Simon Cross. What up, Bradley Sparks? Kelly Connolly. She was thinking she needs to be quiet. Then I realized she's an alcoholic. I don't know what that means. Carlos Caja. Port Arthur, Texas.
Probably. They're gonna get
Justin
mean. I
Wilcox. We got Amanda Coleman again. Boone's Farm. Oh, there was okay.
I love that. They shouted it. We're sponsored by
Yeah.
Boone's Farm.
Devin Bowers. We got Jackie L. I think. Michael Mihoff. Jack. Mihoff.
Dang, you got a lot of comments.
Chris Claus. What up, Nemo? Thane Lackey. Sherry Yates Hendricks. Justin Driver. Brian Murrah. Megan Moon. Jonathan Drozd. That's a cool name. Tiffany Joseph. Yvonne Taylor. James Boyer. I think we mentioned Tiffany Joseph. Jessica Blakely. We already got them. Melissa Linton. She's the one that was. She's not the one. She said she really needs to talk to somebody about life and borderline death, feeling like a huge life failure. My addictions are very complex and having chronic pain, but when I've had enough and go a little drinking more and make poor choices,
Mm.
reach out to one of us if you need help. We're happy to help however we can. Susan Thompson, Carrie West. Who else we got? We already mentioned them. Susan Thompson, I think. Corianne Louise. Silas Road to Home. Yeah, I think that's a page. Joe Pello. Shout out Joe Pello.
Wow.
Jeremy Schofield. I don't know if I
Schofield.
mentioned Schofield. Nate Walton. Angelina Duarte. I probably butchered that one. Sorry. Dan Moeller. Who else? And I think that's most everybody.
Teddy Woodfork.
New Free Life Woodfork. Paige Sword. At Tony Tilley 1103. He gave us a clap. So I think that's
mother-in-law, my sweet mother-in-law.
Oh, there you go. Well, so thank you guys for tuning in, man. Again, like we mentioned at the very beginning, we're not associated with anybody, but if you do, what I miss?
Look what he said.
Chris got that sober belly. Check it out.
He used to be skinny.
What does that even mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of part of it, man.
Yeah,
he's got a
you
million followers, so
you
that's
can't-
kind of part of it.
Yeah, you gotta have some thick skin if you with the comments. You gotta have to have some thick skin.
One of my
I
favorite
don't like
comments
it.
on one of our videos we did was "Great value, John Mayer." Man, I'll take it.
What-
Oh, I can see it.
Wait, hold up. What
I
did you
can
say
see it.
they said about me last
Oh, they
time?
called you hold up, Dwight Howard.
Hell
They said
no.
what's
We were also featured on Gay something.
Yes,
You
yes.
know what? There's a vibe.
The Instagram page. We made that one. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Magazine. It's
Gay something. Gay.
It's
something
GAYE.
we made it onto the #1 Black LGBT magazine. in the country.
Boom.
Yeah, we
okay,
did.
that's an accolade in my
I
life.
guess
That's
so.
great.
So
We got more records to break this year.
Yeah, we got. It's only January 6th too when we got that honor. So shout out to Gay, whatever. I don't know. You remember was Gay something?
Oh God, I don't even.
Because they're like, you're empowering black.
I
was like-
I don't know.
Oh, look at you. You have really paved the way.
What the fuck?
Chris has paved the way for the gay black man.
We love y'all. It's hot as shit. in
It's
this
really
room.
hot. We gotta cut this off. But yeah, like I
Bye.
said, like, share our page, man. Even if you don't aren't in recovery, man, these stories are awesome. So thank you guys for tuning in. Let me do the outro music, even though we can't hear it. We'll know it's there, and when it clicks off.
Swing Dave called this number back. I need $25 for this walk around, sit down.
I'm
chair.
dancing.
You were sweating when you came in from outside.
It's like 40 degrees outside.
Yeah, it's like
Can anybody hear me?
yeah, everybody can hear you. Yeah.
Oh.
Until the blue goes off right there, we're still hot.
Oh, I was
And I
about
click
to
the
say
button.
something crazy.
You can.
Now we
I
all.
can't hear it. Nope. There it goes. Okay, where we're at now.